welcome to this week's Talking Codswallop. I am Gemma.
And I am James Jr.
You are James Jr. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, how is it? How is everyone? How is everything going?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. And yeah, it's just, I'm really grateful that we're actually recording this episode in February and that January has finally fucked off because it seems like the longest month in the world, doesn't it?
It did feel like it had 35 days for some reason. I don't know what it was exactly, but it did feel like it was well past its due date.
Yeah. I think also it doesn't help the fact that like payday for me is on I think it's like on the 23rd of December. So you get two lots of paydays in December, which is obviously great because that covers like Christmas, New Year and whatnot as well. But then you have to wait until whatever the last working day is of January. So I'm just looking. 31st, so 2 days ago. But
yeah,
they did actually pay us a bit earlier, but also that's great. But now February's a long month. So it's like,
there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than thinking you're on track.
Yeah.
And, for budgeting mentally.
Yes.
And then the next thing you know, it's all out of whack because you're getting paid sooner, but not necessarily more to cover the distance.
Yes, yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So
I get 4 weeks pay, 5 weeks, but in 5 weeks, no. That means maths.
No, I fully understand.
Don't do maths in my house.
Yeah, I hate maths anyway, so yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, like anyone needs it.
Exactly.
It's not like numbers make the world go round.
Yeah, nobody really needs like science or well, you do need English to a point, but unless you've got a job in those areas, you don't really need anything from school, actually, do you?
Well, I'm not going to say that because that's how the flat earthers started again.
Good point. All right, we'll move on.
So yeah, before we start denying the existence of the round earth.
Yes, no, definitely the earth is 100% round, everybody. I've got a globe to prove it.
Yeah, I've been to Australia. It does exist, and yes, it is as dangerous as everyone makes out.
Oh, I'm quite jealous. I'd love to go to Australia, but I think I've said it before on the podcast. I know that I would step off and something would bite me or something, and I'd die straight away off the plane.
For me, it wasn't that bad because I had family over there. But what I found was when I went to Perth, which is Western Australia.
Yeah.
And when I got there, it reminded me exactly of the Arndale Centre in Manchester around the 1980s.
Oh, dear.
I don't know what it was, but whether it was a combination of old school 80s, brutalist architecture. Just boring concrete slabs everywhere.
Yeah.
And again, because everyone is kind of immigrants of English, it does feel like it's not really a foreign country per se.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They've got buses, they've got they like complaining about queuing.
Yes.
It kind of feels a bit too much like home until you find the giant lizard in your back garden.
They also drive on the correct side of the road as well, don't they?
Yes, themselves and Japan. They are the two holdouts who know what's good for them.
Isn't Canada as well? I thought Canada was on the right-hand side.
Nope. I believe it's only in certain provinces, which makes it even more confusing, but I'm sure we have several Canadian listeners screaming at their monitors now going, "No, we drive on the left!"
Well, obviously Canada. I'm ever so sorry to have upset anyone that lives in Canada because you're such nice people and I'm surprised that you're upset by that.
Don't worry, they'll apologise on your behalf.
Yeah. And as I'm British, I will apologise on my behalf as well because, that's how we roll.
Yeah.
So just a little bit of admin. Just out of the gate, really. You will notice that there's going to be a lot of Gemma and James Jr. episodes. At the moment, we have officially, it's just the two of us. The other two are fine. They're just either a little bit busy or is just absolutely inundated with different things. So they're both absolutely fine, like I said. But this is also a good opportunity for anybody who, if you've got something that you want to sort of talk about on a podcast, then reach out to myself and we can set up some recording time so that James doesn't get James Jr., sorry, doesn't get completely burnt out as well. Because obviously you're my second in command at the moment. So.
I know, and I'm taking the title as well as I can. The uniform's a bit silly and doesn't quite fit, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm rolling with the punches. But it's more a case of, as I've mentioned before to you, Gemma, I don't do that much. So when it comes to Codswallop, I need some time just to actually get some built up.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know full well that I'm going to have Codswallop those, and we tend to discuss it rather than go, well, that was interesting, thank you.
It's a day that ends in Y, Gemma. Of course you've got Codswallop.
Of course I have. Everything pisses me off. But no, if anybody really has got anything that they want to promote on the podcast or anything, or they just fancy having a little natter, yeah, our social media is at Codswallop Pod. And just reach out and happy to chat with you, whatever country as well, because we've got a couple of Americans lined up as well. So, it is doable, but probably those are more at the weekend than anything else. But we'll see. We'll see. If not, it'll be just the Gemma and James show, the Gemma and James show, the Gemma and James show. That's it for now.
But not that one.
And we can't say the better one, can we? On mic.
No. We'll just have to say it in secret like normal.
Yes, exactly. But we do have something fairly interesting to talk about this week because James is going to be doing something rather interesting very soon. But before we do, it's important to get those dirty little codswallops off our chests. So, James, did you actually have any this week, or should I just crack into mine?
I was going to say I'll crack it. We should crack on into yours, mainly because you're right. I don't have any yet, but I can guarantee I'm going to get some discussing the next item. So don't worry.
Okay, no worries. You're coming through a little bit quieter again, by the way, now.
Sorry, I was too far away from my microphone.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, if you wouldn't mind just keeping that mouth upon the mic, that would be amazing.
Hello.
Right, so my codswallop this week, I have only brought one, although I'm sure I've got a multitude of codswallops that I can talk to you about, but...
This is the only one you can air before the watershed.
Yeah, or the ones that I
Not
can air
heavily
because
redacted.
Yeah, or the ones that I can air that are not real codswallops that I'd love to get on the podcast, but I cannot. So maybe one day, maybe I'll do a separate recording just for that. But, we'll see.
Due to ongoing legal cases, Gemma must not speak.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, definitely. But yeah, like I said, there are a few codswallops that I'd love to get off my chest, but here's one that I really can.
Okie dokie.
Okay. So, got a couple of friends, and the friends aren't the codswallop, but we all met up over sort of December time, which was lovely. One of my friends has had a boyfriend for quite a few years, and they met on Bumble. So I thought, sod it, you know what? It's been long enough for me now. I'm gonna try going out there on the dating apps again.
Have you been bumbling?
Yes. So basically, I signed up for Bumble, and one thing that irritates me is the fact that, first of all, you have to pay. Well, you don't have to pay. You can do the free option, but you basically, if you want to actually see who likes you, you have to pay to actually see that sort of thing. So I did. I thought to myself, right, if I'm going to do this, I'll do it properly, but just for a month. I'm not, not paying for it any longer than a month. That's what she said. And, but I did that. I was initially talking to this one guy that was really nice. He was like, looks wise, he was okay, but I'm not the prettiest chicken in the room. You know what I mean? So
I'm not saying a word.
Yeah.
I'm married. I know this game.
Yeah, exactly. At least I've had a shower today, so I look a little bit better, but we're also not recording visually. So,
I'm not wearing pants, tadpoles.
oh no. And when you say pants, do you mean trousers?
I shall leave it to your imagination.
Okay, well, I don't want to. Hello, Mrs. Hickson. Yeah, I send her a secret recording every time we do one, by the way. No, I don't.
Oh no, she's downstairs listening.
Oh, okay, well, that's all right then. But no, so anyway, so I started talking to this one guy, and he seemed fairly nice, like just had similar interests and things like that. But it got to a point when he just turned around to me and he said, "Oh, I've just noticed that you're a little bit taller than me, and it makes him feel insecure." Bearing in mind, he's 5'10" and I'm 5'11", so there's literally an inch in it, and I don't wear heels ever. But it kind of was like, well, I was like, well, obviously I can't do anything about that, can I? So it really pissed me off. Then the other ones, like, he was the only one that I really spoke to be honest, because the other ones, they're all like, "Hi, I really love surfing and water sports," which sounds really dirty, but I didn't mean it that way. And I'm like, oh, where are the interesting, nerdy guys? I think I need to move to a city.
They're all in their basement being scared of the outside
exactly.
world. Why on earth would they go to the coast? There's fish there. And seagulls.
And crows now.
They'll get their chips robbed.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to tell that story again. But no, it's just really frustrating because it's like, I've kind of now come to the terms that I'm like, oh, I don't know if I could be arsed with this in my life, really. I don't know if I've got time for another human in my life. But yeah, it's
Human
just like,
interaction is greatly overrated.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's I think it is just annoying, isn't it? Because you think to yourself, well, if you pay, not if you pay for that kind of thing, as in like the apps and stuff, you're automatically going to find someone, because I'm not stupid like that. But at the same time, you do sort of think, oh, well, it's giving you a little bit more of a chance. And then it's like, oh, why did I bother? And then you sort of feel really horrible about yourself, like, oh, am I really that ugly that nobody likes me? So
It is a difficult one.
yeah,
It is, because again, I've been out of the game for nearly 15 years.
yeah,
And what's worse is, like, to give a bit of background to the tadpoles, my first wife was my kind of college girlfriend. Mm-hmm. Like, we met in college, I put her through university, I went to work, we had a child together, and then I divorced. She ended up marrying the best man at the wedding.
ooh,
Yeah, so less said about that, the better.
yeah,
But when I found myself in the dating pool back again, I found it really, really odd, because obviously my circumstances were completely different to yours in that I wasn't looking, because I put my daughter before everything and everyone.
yeah,
And I was open about that. And it was I was just lucky that I met a new group of friends who appreciated that. But again, if it wasn't through the physical nature of like going out and finding these people, but again, it is hard. As you said, it's very, very hard if you are restricted by any kind of restrictions, like location, your mobility, their mobility. It does make things hard. I mean, it took me moving from where I was in Birkenhead, which is just over the River Mersey, to Liverpool. Mm-hmm. And then even then, I was when I met my wife, my now wife, I met her. It was like a 45-minute train ride every time to go and see her. But it was worth it, because I love my wife.
yeah. And that's the thing, isn't it? I think I want to have somebody who thinks that it's worth it to actually travel. Do you know what I mean? But
I'm sure there's someone out there.
yeah. But equally, I think also because I've been single for quite a long time. Like, well, the last one was just we broke up during lockdown sort of things.
Well, again, that would make things more difficult. If you're not not in a
Yes.
position to be living together before lockdown, then being told by the government that you can't go out and see your missus, it tends to have an effect on relationships.
Well, we did actually live together. We did actually live together at that point. We lived together because of lockdown. So it was very early days and we sort of moved in too quickly because of lockdown. But yeah, I mean, it lasted about a year or so, but it was kind of at the point where I was just like, oh, I've had enough. But anyway, we won't worry about him. But yeah, and it's kind of, and then I've had all my health issues and I thought I don't want to be a burden to anyone with that, kind of thing. So yeah, so I don't know. I just, maybe I'll just keep going, but we'll see. We'll see.
I will say keep going because, as I said, I did think to myself at one point, I was very young. I was technically a parent.
Yeah.
Who wants a single parent? Because at the time, I think I was 24 when I was getting divorced. People of that age are booking trips to Bali.
Yes.
I had a mortgage, a divorce, and a child at that time.
Yeah.
Let's just say our goals weren't quite aligned in the same ways, but I did find someone in the end. So.
Yeah.
So there you go, tadpoles. Stick it out. You might end up with someone. Lower your standards.
I got
Just have anything. No.
I don't have any.
No.
I don't have many, to be fair.
Yeah, relationship advice from the man who's married the 2 women he's ever dated and the chronic singleton. I don't think we're doing well, to be honest, are we? Not the best people to go and ask.
They probably are, and that's the other thing is that because I've still got I've got a very independent mindset, so sort of allowing somebody else into that equation is kind of like,
You don't need no man, woman, horse person.
No, exactly. I definitely still want the sausage. I don't want any cod or anything like that, though, I have to say.
And that, children, was a euphemism.
Yes, there was. So if there's any single salty tadpoles out there who are looking for, a young specimen of a woman who's broken.
Do you want to come on an episode for a blind date? I'm not doing my Cilla Black impression.
No. Do. Boo! So anyway, so that's my one of my real codswallops that's going on at the moment. But there's that. So I do also very quickly have another on the road again as well.
Ooh.
So we can insert my jingle here. On the road again with Gemma and James. Not that James, the other one. Now this one is a little bit disturbing.
Oh.
And I also felt sorry for her as well. So there was a girl who she had. This is relevant. So in a minute when I tell the story. So she had jogger bottoms on, but they were grey. Okay, and she bent over to as I was driving past. She was at the bus stop. I was driving past, and she bent over to sort her child out. But she had a brown stain where her bum was.
Oh.
And I was like, oh no. I was like, either that's poo or she's had some chocolate or something. But I was like, oh my God. It's like, how mortifying is that?
And you
it's
can't
like,
tell her.
I felt really sorry for her. But as I said, I was driving past. So it was like a quick glance kind of thing. But also, if you don't know the person, it's very hard to approach that situation, isn't it?
I'm sorry, you appear to have shat your pants. There's no polite way of saying you bent over before. There's skid marks.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do. There's no polite way.
No. And I was like, oh my God, what? But it did sort of go through my head. I was like, oh my God, what do I do? And then I was like, la, 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 just driving on.
Yeah, because you suddenly realised, hang on, I'm in a car. I don't care.
Yeah, not my problem.
Yeah, I should be paying attention to the traffic lights.
Yes. Not the brown note.
Because it's one of those things of not only is it secondhand embarrassment, Because
Yeah.
it is that thing of there is nothing you can say or do in those situations.
Yeah.
Because there is, as I said, there's no polite way of doing it. You just have to be upfront. It's like when I get caught out in public with the fly down, and I say this as a man,
Oh,
not
yes,
as
okay.
me, as a man. The idea of being caught with your fly down, as long as you've remembered to wear your underpants, because that's always my comeback joke. Is if someone tells me, "Excuse me, sir, your fly's down," I always respond with, "Oh, thank you. It's a good job I'm wearing my clean underwear today." Just try and get some levity out of it, and it usually passes.
Yeah.
It gets past the cringe of, "Oh God, I've just shown everyone my underwear. I shouldn't have worn my SpongeBob trunks."
Excuse me, sir, your penis is hanging out. Oh dear. Yeah. So that was quite awkward, but yeah, also like you said about the fly being down.
At least it wasn't you. It wasn't you like getting home and you realised you'd been out all day in those pants.
Yes, that would have been way more.
That would have been mortifying.
100%. Yeah, 100%.
But the real question is, you said you were driving. Did you have your headlights on?
It was also daytime, so I didn't actually need them on, but my car automatically puts them on now. So, and it is literally, they automatically come on, so it's all good.
No more flashes from strangers.
No, sadly not.
No, you still get them in the park, but not behind the wheel anymore.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. So the other reason that we joined forces today to discuss a convention that James is going to be part of very soon.
Hey? Oh,
and yeah, so we get to talk about this, and it also combines his love of Lego as well.
Yes.
So take it away, James.
It's a little bit more short notice than I was expecting. However, I only found out about it about the end of January. And basically, it is what I like to call the Comic-Con of the Lego world. It's by a company called National Brick Events, and they set these up all over the UK. So if you go to the website, which is nationalbrickevents.co.uk, you can purchase the tickets. There are still tickets available for the occasion that I will be displaying at Aintree Racecourse in Liverpool. But they do sites up and down the country. And if you join them on their social media, you can see photos from the events. So hopefully, as I say, I'll be down at the Liverpool event, 23rd of February. Doors open at 10 a.m. And a day ticket is something like £11. But they've got stalls like myself, where it'll be just for displaying custom models, which is some of the things that I've built just for fun, but aren't official Lego sets. I've shown Gemma and the crew one of my favourites, which is I have the Lego version of Johnny Five from the Family Film Short Circuit. So he'll be there, and I've got a few others from, like, I've recreated famous movie scenes in Lego. I have the Italian Job Coach, which the original minis fit inside of.
Oh, wow.
So I'll have that on the table. I have the train from Back to the Future Part 3. So that will be on display as well. And I've also got, as I say, a couple of my own creations, because I used to love making miniatures. So when I was growing up, I used to love Warhammer, and specifically, not their 40k, it was they did a Lord of the Rings series of miniatures.
Oh, right.
So you could actually play the war games, but with the characters casting spells, archers. I had thousands of minifigures, and unfortunately, I gave them to a friend for valuation, and I've never seen them again.
Oh no,
it's a bit of a shame.
I don't think you should trust any of your friends anymore.
Oh no, I don't.
Apart from me,
I don't even trust you.
Oh,
but
please trust me.
Well, I'm certainly not trusting you with any sacred belongings anymore. I know that much. But because I used to love doing that, I do the same now, but with Lego. So I make little dioramas. So the
Yeah.
one I'm trying to build at the moment, and hopefully I'll have there in time, is a post-apocalyptic diner.
Ooh.
So it's a big build, and by that I mean anyone who knows Lego knows that they come with base plates, which are like
Okay.
40 centimeters by 40 centimeters. This takes up 2 of those.
For somebody who doesn't know about Lego, which is myself, is that like the grey bottom
Yes.
part sort of thing?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a really thin plate, but it's covered in Lego studs.
Okay. Yes.
So the idea is if you want to build something big, but you then want to be able to move it around, and you don't have to pick it up by the walls, you can go in from underneath and lift it up. But it's 2 of those combined.
Wow.
Because I've made like half the road, what would have been the car park, the building itself, but on top of the building is an entire campsite. So it looks like, so it's not only have I built the diner itself, but you've actually got roof access so that, and there's a minifigure living on the roof in a tent.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And he set up a little water collector, and he's got a wind turbine made from scrap on the roof. So hopefully I'll have that built. If not, I am also bringing my laptop, which will have a lovely slideshow of some of these things that I've designed digitally on the computer, but not had the opportunity to build yet.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to show off basically I'm trying to bring my favourites. So things that I've really well liked. As I say, I've got Johnny 5. I have a replica of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang with the wings out as well. So it's things like that I'm trying to bring along as well. But it's a bit of a nightmare because I design them all, but I don't necessarily build them.
Yeah.
So at the moment, it's a bit of a mad rush, and this is where my Codswallop comes in. It's a bit of a mad rush, me going, I think I'll build that, and then I'm missing like 2 bricks to finish it.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm in a bit of a mad rush of like, can I substitute? Can I get around it? Just so that I can get things ready for the show, but have it a case of literally a week beforehand, everything's packed up and ready to go. That's my plan. But I'm really looking forward to it. As I say, I spoke to the organisers the end of January. It's free for me to display, which is one of the reasons I did it in the first place.
That's
I
good.
just made
Yeah.
a quick inquiry, and they were like, no, it's free because I don't believe they've been going very long as an organisation.
No, when you sent me the link, I had a quick look at their website, and they did say it was quite a newish thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do have to, like, if you went to a Comic-Con, for example, that is more established, you do have to pay quite a bit for a table. So that's good news.
But I'm thinking this is going to be, as I say, I'm hoping it gets good numbers. Again, as I said, if you go on the Facebook page and you look at some of the photos from the other events, because basically they try and do them in every single like major city. So as it stands right now, they've got one in Aberdeen, Basildon, Walsall, Liverpool, Doncaster, Coventry, Hemel Hempstead, Brighton, Wrexham, Glasgow, Rotherham and Thornbury. Portsmouth, Swansea, Bedford and Bolton.
Well, that's good. That's good. Sorry. It's
okay.
Where's Thornsbury?
Thornbury.
Probably northern.
I wouldn't say so, but again, it's hard to say because it looks like it's a it looks like it's being done by a couple of like it looks like it's a couple of it's just above Bristol.
Oh yeah, Gloucestershire. Sorry, I typed it in as well, so I was just like,
okay.
South Gloucestershire. Very nice.
Well,
so that is a southern one.
Again, I like to think that a lot of these they're not the same people bolting up and down the country.
Yeah.
I think they'll be literally local organisers arranging it, but they all come under one central name.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then it'll also be the same for the people that are displaying as well. So like you're obviously not going to go to Thornsbury. You're going to stick with Liverpool because that's on your doorstep, isn't it, practically? So
absolutely. It's literally a 10-minute drive from my house, and it requires 2 turns, a left and a right. And that's it.
Nice.
And I'm there.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So yeah, but they're also going to be retailers. So as well, if anyone is a Lego fan and is a fan of rare Lego, they advertise a lot about the fact that they have a lot of traders who have vintage or out of production sets.
Oh, nice.
But they even sell loose pieces as well. So even if you are just missing that one bit, there'll be someone. There's a chance there'll be someone there who's got that bit and is willing to part from it. But also, as entertainment, they've also got giant build pits.
Oh, that sounds fun. That does sound fun.
Yeah, this is being pitched as as I said, it's being pitched as it's a big family event. You know, everyone's welcome. They're gonna have people in costumes as well, just because it's the connections. You know, Lego makes Star Wars. We're gonna have some Star Wars characters there. There's gonna be all sorts. I'm looking forward to it, but again, I'm also looking forward to it because I get to go in a little bit earlier. I can have a bit of a wander around and see what it's like before the crowds kick off, and then it's straight back to the table for me. But
Yeah.
I am looking forward to it, see what some of the other people bring, and again, it'll be nice to know if there's any brickheads who are local to me, because again, social media is wonderful, but it does a great job at connecting people who aren't necessarily right round the corner.
Yes. Absolutely. It's like I said earlier, you know, with regards to like the recordings, I've got a few people that have reached out from America, but I'm like, where's the people in Weymouth?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Someone I can actually physically
You're all
sit down
boring,
with.
apparently.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're all, surfboards, yeah.
But yeah, so my Codswallop at the moment is making sure I can find the right bloody brick, because chances are, once this is all over, I'll find a box that I've put to one side somewhere with all the special pieces in it, and
Yeah.
they'll all be in there, and I've just paid a fortune to get them delivered on time.
Yeah, no, that sucks, definitely. But no, good luck with it. Have you got a table number yet, or is that...
Not as of yet. As I say, we are recording this at the beginning of Feb, and the event is not until the 23rd.
Okay.
I have been told that they won't be back in touch with me until just before the event.
Okay, so because this episode will be coming out on round about the 16th. So,
Hopefully I should have one by then, at which case I will be putting it up on our social medias via my own. So I'll be cross-sharing and making sure I can give out those details when I get them. But at the moment, I've only been told how many tables I can have, but not where they'll be or if there's any number.
yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, keep me in the loop as well, and I'll obviously promote
Absolutely.
it for you as well. So, yeah, no worries. Right, but it does sound really exciting. It did. How did you initially find out about them?
Believe it or not, Facebook adverts.
Hey, they do work then sometimes.
They do work. And then what happened? It was Facebook adverts and a combination of, as I say, I am in a couple of groups under my personal account where it's Lego fans. And again, as I said, social media is wonderful, but it doesn't do a great job at pointing out where people are. So thankfully, I discovered a couple of those members are in the UK. They've done previous events. We've discussed things before with work, so it was just putting those connections together and going, hang on, you've been, oh, great, I can message you and just have a quick chat and say, what was it like?
Yeah.
And that's how it got the ball rolling from there. And then they do try and announce their events quite frequently. You know, they do try and, but sometimes there is a bit of a delay as to when they know whether they've got a venue or not.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah.
So in some cases, it might be they might not know if they can have a venue until, as with myself, I only found out about 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So it was 6 weeks from when I saw the advert was posted. Not that I discovered it, but that it had been posted.
Yeah.
So sometimes it is a bit of a last minute thing. But as I say, I'm so glad I found it.
Yeah. Yeah, it will give, you know, it will, like you said, it will get you with like-minded people, but also it's a bit of fun. It's a bit of stress as well, but also you get to talk to people and show off the things that you've designed and stuff as well. And, you know, going back to your Johnny 5, that is amazing. And I'm not just saying that, it is absolutely amazing. So, you know, yeah, You need all the credit that you get for this because, the ones that you've designed and the ones that you've made are really good. So
I am really looking forward to as I say, I'm looking forward to meeting fans because it is the fans who appreciate the little details, which is always the best part for me.
Yeah.
I could wax lyrical about it all the time, and sometimes I get really excited about, I was able to include this, and this, and you look at the person you're talking to, and it's just like eyes glazed over, drool coming out of one side. It's just like it's a kid's toy.
Yeah, I hate it when people have that mindset.
Yeah. I mean, I hate it when, like, to be honest, I hate it when anyone has that mindset over anything. When it's like, no. You're enthusiastic about it. Go off. Go ahead. Enjoy.
Yeah. Well, it's like I play Pokemon Go, but that's technically a kid's toy or a kid's game, But the amount of people in the area that are like over 50 who play, you know. Not that I'm over 50. I'm quite young compared to most of them. But, So anything. If you've got a passion for something, anything is welcomed. So if there's any salty tadpoles out there who are in the Liverpool area or nearby, definitely head over to this convention, especially if you're interested in Lego. But if you also want to meet the wonderful James, because he informs me that he will be wearing a representative T-shirt. So
got it washed and cleaned up. Yeah. Off to one side, ready for it.
Oh, well, that's all right then, as long as it's washed and cleaned as well.
It's got the minimum gravy stains on it.
Oh, that's all right.
I've only got 2 gravy stains. It makes it my cleanest.
Well, if it gets 3, you can always pop over to our TeePublic site and pick up another T-shirt if you wish.
I may have to.
Yeah.
I may have to.
Just also salted tadpoles if you want to as well, feel free.
Buy our T-shirts.
Yeah, buy our T-shirts, buy our merch. You can have a lovely cup with a fish on it. Well, James, I think that we've been talking enough Codswallop this week. I have been Gemma.
And I have been James Jr.
Yeah, bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Come see me at the Brick Convention or check out the website and see their other dates and locations.
Yeah, do what he said.
This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.